for welcome game Fiifi Manfred on YouTube. So subscribe to the channel now. I mean, thank you very much for joining us. They are so now subscribe to the channel now joining now audio have been share ever comment section and of course we keep on hearing from you. We want to say a big thank you to you to everybody who has subscribed to the channel, who has supported the channel. We are doing very good. Thanks to you. We are our subscriber to channel. No, turn on notification. Notification turn on choose it on. The best catch us here. That was a par. So what choose you now? It is your best in terms of tactical analysis. It was on Fiifi Manfred on YouTube. May more information be said. And then you turn on air go through slowly. We'll be try is going to enjoy it and then win. And then you make, of course, the link to the various Fiifi Manfred channels. No, it's going to be in the description of the video below. It is also a description where you're going to get a link to those channels over there, the groups, and so the links to those groups, and so everyone about Fiifi Manfred on YouTube. I say, of course, Newcastle actual games on Saturday at 4 p.m. I mean, Chelsea match, I think it's going to be at 4 p.m. or 2 p.m. Around that time, at Chelsea Bobo match, there'll be a live, I say, any Richard live reaction to Chelsea and Manchester United match on Old Trafford. It's Medica. Are you confident? Because that's when your new manager, Manchester United, are closing in on Ruben Amorim to be their new manager. And over the weekend, many Richard are going to be over here on YouTube. You'll be a live session. We'll pick up some calls. So I see over enjoy joining in the course of buying analysis and barbershop reaction. Or Richard will say Chelsea sharp. Obviously, it's going to be in trouble. Man United so sharp. I am in trouble. It's going to be live over here on Fiifi Manfred on YouTube. Put that on your calendar. On Sunday, Chelsea match on Manchester United. Everybody be live over here on Fiifi Manfred on YouTube and catch up for someone joining in. Catch your Manchester United for us. So say also, I'm joining in. No more enjoy analysis, no, and of course reaction or
club. So the only thing we want is to keep him fit, and this is the main target for him.
Thank you. Go to Rob.
Hi, Zoe. You've said a few times that you don't believe Chelsea are ready yet to challenge Liverpool, City, Arsenal in the top three, last year's top three. That would mean then that there's only one Champions League place that you think Chelsea are able to go for. Does that put a lot of pressure on the players for them to believe that there's only one top four spot that's within their reach?
I already said that the club never mentioned me about top four. They always, since I met the club the first time, they always mentioned me that the target, the idea was to build something important for the next 4 or 5 years. For sure, we work every day to reach something important, and we're gonna try until the end to do our best. Then if could be a pressure for the players, I don't think so. I don't think so, to be honest, because probably if you go game by game, you can see yourself where you are in that moment, and I think this can help a lot, because if you start to think.
Here we are bringing you the pre-match analysis of Chelsea match on a Newcastle in that big game at Chelsea and Newcastle, and I think in about 2 weeks ago said the biggest part of Chelsea season around this time in the games on in Newcastle, and after that there is Manchester United game, and after Manchester United game, there is also game on the Arsenal before international break. From now to the end of before the last international break with Chelsea, there were 3 crucial games I saw. Uti and the coach of Newcastle United, Eddie Howe, also for them, they desperately want to qualify to the next round of the FA Cup. I'm push it several times. One person will make sure somebody win it. They want to go ahead and win the game. Mind you, over the weekend, Chelsea and Newcastle and boy, this one, yeah, born was Stamford, but you're going away at the St. James's Park, a home of Newcastle United. It sets the tone. The first game, which was close, Chelsea really put up a fight, winning by 2-1. Newcastle winning, say, person winning so much. They know say it's not going to be easy at all. When you say almost setting up so many Chelsea here, but Chelsea threw a lot of things at them, and then they could not get the results there. Now they are going to play at home in front of their fans at the St. James's Park, a game that's going to be difficult. And more if it's a Newcastle, so after that game against Chelsea over the weekend, remember against Arsenal, it's a tough run of fixtures for everybody, including Newcastle and Chelsea and over the weekend, and that's what sets the tone for this game at Ebekoso Enzo Maresca I in a pre-match press conference. Anyhow, I in a pre-match press conference. We certain interesting things that came out. Near the tactical analysis of the game. How the game is going to pan out. Inside game, like expect to say because so the St. James's Park. And then according to data mob, almost say the highest performing midfielders or the English Premier League game so far this season. You know, that show a Liverpool central midfielder and as a DM your friend Ryan Gravenberch, or ranking 86 over them, and a Moise Caicedo at that second, 22 years also, just like a bunch of friend Ryan Gravenberch. And we've spoken about how good Moise Caicedo is this season, how good he has been on the ball, how good Awaye off the ball, and then all of the qualities now. It is showing in the data and statistic platform Footmob for the highest performing goalkeeper. So this season, Abranche friend Robert Sanchez Ekahon again, highest performing attackers this season. Kupama in the Dashro, Mohamed Salah the second, Bukayo Saka, Matthias Cunha, Gerard Bowen, Adama Traore, Mark Neal, Kiro Mitoma, Antoine Semenyo, Luis Diaz, Son Heung-min, Gabriel Martinelli, Alexander Iwobi, Mohamed Kudus, Eze, Noni Madueke, and Alejandro Garnacho, and the highest performing wingers and attacking midfielders in the PL this season. Enzo Maresca on the pre-match press conferences. Now the first thing Omubiza Enzo, and he said a day near the update of the team with respect to injury. And what's the update of Chelsea with respect to injury? Enzo Maresca, a catcher journalist, say none of the players in the lead up to Newcastle game will be fit. Or see even so kind that Newcastle game at Chelsea no boy was Stamford Bridge and a branch here friend Wesley Fofana and who kind of crap. Or see it was just an issue of a bad movement for Wesley Fofana. Na Nintia yesterday season or can't say up Wesley Fofana said he lost him as a player and he said he is a fighter and then he has been fighting through pain. So will be a prime watching for almost a year now. But I think that is something that a lot of people do not talk about enough when they talk about player. But say Wesley Fofana. No, people don't talk about it enough. The kind of Juma Waye or say free injury by na 1 year ni or force no onya results na obobo consistently matches, you know. I think that it has been very, very, very good for almost a year out. Or going to tackle, like he doesn't look like somebody that is scared, and that's what Chelsea are getting from Abrante friend Wesley Fofana. According to Enzo Maresca, coach of Chelsea, you say Wesley in prior, Wesley fit, he had an issue, and then Nuntino can't say he loves the boy that is called Wesley Fofana. And I think that Debbie Ayaka and what Chelsea a cheer on them. If you want the center back pair, the cat and dog, I've said it several times. You'll be an aggressor. Now you have Bakwa, or you the sweeper. It's the dog character and then the cat character. The cat essentially is the one that reads the game, that's calm, that's more tactful, and that's in a branch of friend level I call. And on the other hand, the dog, you know, only the aggressor. And this time, a branch your friend Wesley Fofana. And according to Enzo Maresca, Obiya Feti spoke about a branch your friend Reece James. So I see Reece James for the very first time since somewhere around 2019. Reece James about full 90 minutes for the very first time in a very, very long time. And to say already, Neniaji for Reece James, he's happy that Reece has played. Reece about 2 games BDNC. They want to keep him fit. Now, in the first 2, and Enzo Maresca can on a pre-match press conference, they clear said 2 players, no, Reece James and Wesley Fofana. Most likely, he is going to rest them. They may not play in that game against Newcastle away at the St. James Park. He will rest them, manage them, and then take them to go and play some Manchester United game at Old Trafford. Camille say Ruben Amorim is going to be their manager when Chelsea go to Old Trafford. And this is what Enzo Maresca about Reece James. He played 2 Premier League games in a row with us. He was very good in both. It didn't surprise me. The thing is, we want to keep him fit. That's what Enzo Maresca about player your friend Enzo all about Abrantia your friend Reece James in acts Abraham Mubisana about a team no one will be a prana. Is there any issue with respect to injury? Enzo Maresca quickly almost say everything is fine. Everyone is okay with us. We are okay. Nobody is injured. And that's exactly what they are saying about about Chelsea players. You know, after some match of boy against Newcastle and a very, very high intensity. You know, according to Enzo Maresca, everybody is fine. Nobody is injured, and then they are going to go on and then play some good game over there. He spoke about players, but he said Benoit Belachile in the time of Baba Boy in that short time against Liverpool. Looks as if said there is a picture of Enzo Maresca or Benoit Belachile any Abrantia, your friend Tosin Adrebia. I feel say Unsena make catch say the two center back pen back somebody's supposed to be the aggressor, somebody's supposed to be the sweeper. I think that Enzo Maresca wants to form another center back pair in Benoit and Abrantia friend Tosin Adrebia, where Tosin becomes the sweeper and Abrantia friend of Benoit Belachile now becomes the aggressor, because in that game against Liverpool, Benoit played as an aggressor, and I think he was excellent inside game. Away at Panathinaikos as well, Benoit Belachile also came in. He was very good playing as an aggressor consistently. Okay, inside game against Liverpool, he had issues with Darwin Núñez because he was being aggressive on him. He was being solid. He was following him very, and he Bisano about Benoit Belachile. Enzo Maresca said Benoit against Liverpool was really good, and Panathinaikos was really good again. They are going to do really well. Again, on Wesley Fofana conversation, I say in my last press conference, I said I love West because it is easy. It's not easy playing after 1 year out and come back and to be a fighter in the way he is. That's Enzo Maresca. Okasa about Abrantia, Yaferno, Wesley Fofana, El Honam, and I say now he is fighting with pain. When you have that kind of injury, you will probably feel pain in the rest of your career. Unfortunately, it's like this, talking about Abrantia Yaferno, Wesley Fofana, and Omo Bisano about the team, the mentality inside game against Newcastle. Enzo Maresca said, first of all, I think this team can improve in many, many ways. And I think that's one of the things that may pay about coach Enzo Maresca. Almost every time your journalist Rebecca Chen, so the team this is his line every day. Also, the team can improve many, many ways. There are a lot of things that he can do better. Or club no come, there are a lot of things that the club can do better. And he also goes and says the fans, there are a lot of things that the fans can do better, and keeps on saying everybody can do better. We can defend better, we can attack better, we can manage the games better. The last 20 minutes against Newcastle, we didn't manage the right way. This is also a learning process. These kind of things, we need to learn how to play different kind of games. Teams with higher pressing, teams that sit back. This is the reason why I said we are still far from those clubs. Enzo Maresca, of course, on James. I say in the game against Liverpool, Newcastle, he was spot on. It didn't surprise me because I know how good he is as a player. It's important for us. It's risk for the club. The only thing we want is to keep him fit, and this is the main target on James and Enzo Maresca on the conversations. Of course, that's something that in their course or the pre-match press conference in the morning. Okay, Enzo Maresca, but so the club never mentioned to me I'm a top 4. They always mentioned to me the target was to build something important for the next 4 or 5 years for sure. We work every day to reach something important. Pressure on the players, I don't think so, to be honest. They are all fine. On Kupama, also you can see he is continuing to improve. No matter what position he's playing, he's fantastic in there. He spoke about Jadon Sancho. So I see Jadon is doing very well for sure. The players cannot maintain the same level all season because the amount of games is huge. The last 2 games he didn't play because of a tactical decision. No more than that for sure. He will play many games in Enzo Maresca. I can say maybe about the individual achievements of the players. Spoke about it over the team, and Enzo Maresca seems to be going in the right way. Our Chelsea Football Club and all the players seems to be loving coach your friend Enzo Maresca. And Enzo Maresca kasa or say Obia a fit or Chelsea. Obia Pride from captain with James, from Wesley Fofana to Levi Cole, to Obia, everybody a fit or Chelsea team, and then he is waiting for that big game against Newcastle. Nyame Adoma Ochina. Eddie House said Chelsea will make changes, but it affected Chelsea team be brings. But you see, so whoosh into the tactical aspect of the game. Game at Chelsea Newcastle boy Stamford Bridge. Not a close because even the scoreline tells. And I think said I don't know if the results at Stamford Bridge would force Eddie Howe to make some changes in how he set up Nyame Ademochina. And I think that's going to be the biggest worry. In terms of substitutions, any place everybody, there won't be a worry like that for Enzo Maresca. Like I told you, I am very confident Benoit Belachile about Tosin Adrebia as a 2 center back pair. I'm sure that Marco Correa comes back into the team. I'm sure maybe at some point in time, Renato Vega, Subebo Bianasi, and Malo Gusto will play in the game. I'm sure that because you remember Marco Correa and Renato Vega until we play Enzo Fernandez, then DMs, maybe Kenan Gisby or that was arguing him. And then we'll have Abrantia Felix or up top Mihailo Mudryk, then Noni Madueke or something on the other side, and or Pedro Neto. And I think that's a solid team going to play against Newcastle United. Now, the bigger worry is that so she is arguing that Chelsea any Newcastle boy or Stamford Bridge. One of the things that Chelsea did was that say not Chelsea any ball ni bia e won Fiifi one because not Newcastle for air press Chelsea 1v1 consistently. Robert Sanchez a ball ni be. In fact, in the first half, a lot of people were worried. Sep Sanchez a ball ni long bia na Newcastle for himself. Now, because Newcastle for them air press 1v1, Chelsea were building up with the 4-2-4 into the back four, normal back four. So born about the second phase of the Caicedo and Asibia, Lavia and Asibia, Madueke drop here and Nicolas Jackson drop here and Asiko Palmer drop here. Then you see say Enzo Malo Gusto rather will invert into the right half space on this side. But the Chelsea are building up fully from the back. What happened was that Newcastle were pressing Chelsea aggressive man for man across the field of play. So it left a gap of space in the middle of the park for Chelsea. And this is where I say the get out of jail card and I say the golden ticket card for Chelsea, you know, two players, Nicolas Jackson, especially when you press Chelsea 1v1, Nicolas Jackson and Nico Palmer. So pressing Nicolas Jackson, pressing Chelsea 1v1. Say almost every time that Robert Sanchez ever born into the space here in the middle of the park. Space near down with him now. Because now the two center backs of Newcastle were pressing Nicolas Jackson and Nico Palmer into the half space. That space no gaping. Now, because Chelsea knew that they wanted this space in team, they used Romeo Lavia and Moise Caicedo to pull the Newcastle midfielders away. Bruno Guimaraes, they pulled them away from the central area, and it was left wide open. Now, this is where every time now Enzo Maresca and catcher Robert Sanchez on board into it. Now, according to Mini Raman Osman, Raman catcher said this is probably the most animated Enzo Maresca on the touchline, and I've said it several times. One, because of the veracity of the game. Two, because of the fact that Newcastle funny stubborn, and maybe three, the fact that he knew that he had to consistently be with his goalkeeper so that he keeps him in check, and then the game plan will a little bit dicey. Almost every time, now Robert Sanchez is able to Fiifi. Sometimes Noni Madueke will drop and then come and combine the middle of the park. Sometimes Nicolas Jackson will drop and combine or park in Fiifi. And even that, most of the times, because all of these were happening, because consistently these things were happening, our park in Fiifi. Not every time when it's okay, Chelsea players know a receive ball, on Fiifi, on the half turn, on transmitting. It's almost every time give Chelsea an opportunity in front of goal against Newcastle. So the first tactical question is that Newcastle phone the same way, man for man, and no pushing highline and I said, because Gabriel Mobile against Chelsea, they are going to change and sit back. Or do they believe strongly, say, because boss game they played ball, don't believe they should have won the game and commit man draw match, they'll go with the same tactic, and that's the thing. So Newcastle phone ever still 1v1. Now, this is a game where Enzo Maresca would have to test Christopher Nkunku, the hold up ability, the house space control or whatever. Adia Christopher Nkunku and Shedan yet top say Obelenkia plays and Nicolas Jackson quickly. It's a game that will test that because I don't think Nicolas Jackson best start here against Newcastle United. Now, say Ebanesa, João Felix also in the tight spaces. When he will control the ball, how he will touch the ball, how will be play forward and find the space for Mihailo Mudryk, any Abrante friend, Pedro Neto will also be very, very important. Now, if Newcastle change how they play, it means Abrante friend, Jadon Sancho, Senior, Enzo Maresca kind of would have to come and play because Jadon is one of the best players in terms of breaking down a low blocks or a mid block. Now, Newcastle are pressing high, normally aggressive. Saying one more year in the game the last time against Chelsea, I was Stamford Bridge now. Then it means that Chelsea would need the services of Enzo Fernandez more. They would need Abrante Efreno, João Felix more. They need to consistently recycle play, and then have sustained spells of pressure, and then pin Newcastle for one back now. If they are able to do that, then obviously they'll be able to create high quality chances. They'll be able to play forward. They'll be able to do well with and without the ball, and then probably hit Newcastle forward. Now, one of the things that's going to be important is how aggressive Benoit Belachile can be on Abrante Efreno, Miguel Almiron, and even on Abrante Efreno, Alexander Isak, because consistently Newcastle for attackers now consistently roaming, almost finding space. And when you are playing away at the team side, it's difficult for you to get results there because a bullish fan. Almost vociferous. They always make their voices heard. Will make it difficult for you to. But then Brighton and Hove Albion went ahead there and went to game play. I think say I don't see Eddie Howe say also Sunny and Sana Kakobo a mid block this season. It looks as if say Eddie Howe wants to play in the high press, or person very high, or person the defenders they have more forthcoming because that's the last season. Almost consider a lot of goals because they were a little bit reactive, with defending, and very very proactive, and they believe so many as our defensive solidity, and again, almost 2 fullbacks, almost some of the best in terms of press resistance ability, the fact that they can push very high and wide and come back and come and defend wide areas. 2 players from Chelsea Academy, Luis Hall and Abrante Tino Livramento. Are solid players in that regard that can play out from the back, that can be good in certain zones and they can hit Chelsea. So I think that they will press very high. On the most man for man pressing game, space in the best than Fiifi. And then the owners now will rely on Abrante Christopher and Kuku to get a job done over Fiifi for them and to try and control the game for Chelsea. To give Chelsea a golden ticket because the idea Abrante Nicolas Jackson and perfectly was open. Nicolas Jackson, he hold up with I think one of the best in the flicks, in the tens. Son of my one a funny and team. Send over box a quick wall pass and the friendly combination play. Send her over to the next bonus, so one dropping his shoulder within a split second, then have somebody that's on. If in Cook we're able to develop our achievements, if he's able to do that well, if he's able to hold up the ball in tight space and play for that, it's going to be important because now I said Chelsea variations in a game like Newcastle will have to define, and it did at Stamford Bridge. Build up from goal kicks, 4-2-4 shape was going to be very, very important. Where Chelsea will pick up the ball, will open up huge passing spaces for them, and of course, because of the Chelsea's attack, would have to be good. Chelsea would have to create very well. Chelsea would have to be sharp and would have to convert chances very well away at Newcastle. It's a game that's not going to be easy at all. I mean, for Chelsea, say will feel normal share away, normal share the Newcastle for an extra one to play against them. It's going to be an important one. But again, in the context of Chelsea's consistency, in the context of where Chelsea wants to get to, in the context of how confidence can be important going away to Old Trafford now, this is a game as a Chelsea team, a huge confidence booster. Because like I said, Chelsea in a draw against Nottingham Forest, or Lucy against Liverpool, and Ababesha against team friend Newcastle United. Now going away to go and play in that game against team friend Newcastle United again in a cup. What they need to do is just holding that confidence they will have. It gives them a lot of confidence going into that big game against Manchester United over the weekend. And mind you, Manchester United team already on your boogie side against Chelsea. The Chelsea they find ways to get results. And he has also sacked your manager. So there's obviously going to be the new manager bounce. And then all of the reports from Portugal, all the reports from across the border, it looks as if say Ruben Amorim Manchester United. It looks as if say he wants to come and do the job. It looks as if say they are almost done. Just a 10 million buyout clause. There's so much. I think 20 million. But for top teams across Europe, it's going to be a 10 million. And in all of that stuff now once they pay that money, Manchester United for almost done in terms of paying the money for coach Alfredo Ruben Amorim. What is now left? And they say they are negotiating with Ruben Amorim in the backroom staff, almost saying on budget what do they want to take, and they come in. And then some of the guys are here close to Manchester United for catcher said there is a possibility in there over there, and I think there's a possibility in Newcastle team friend of Manchester United a branch of Ruben Amorim to come in and play. Indeed, the Newcastle game is very important, and I think a few things were important for Chelsea to improve inside game number boy against Newcastle. I think the first one is game management. Chelsea, Enzo Maresca really did not manage the game well, especially in the last 20 minutes. Game they die out now. They should learn to keep the ball more. They should learn not to play the ball out, only keep the ball more, and to be able to manage the game. I think the zonal press in the opposition half has to be better. When there's a Chelsea, without the ball, maybe I can say a cover shadow, and I said the blocking of passing lanes, or what you can call the zonal press. Now Chelsea and he said without the ball, they try to block passing lanes, prevent from having the ball in between the lines consistently. So they can have their players, they nick the ball and then play forward. I think it has to be better. So quite way to St. James Park to go and play against my friend Newcastle United. I think that wide combinations also wasn't something that was good. Again, this is something I mentioned after the Liverpool game. So I'll share their first half, Jadon Sancho and Malo Gusto, the wide combination wasn't better. I think that in this game, there have to be good wide combinations. underlapping runs most especially. In Enzo Maresca's system, the most important thing is underlapping run. Kenyon Dewsbury Hall, Malo Gusto, Enzo Fernandez. Their underlapping run is important to pull away players, to create space, and to create openings for shot at goal, which is very, very important. Improving possession and control of games, like I did say, also very important, because chaotic games can be a little bit worrying. You need to control them. That can thrive in chaotic times and can take the sting out of opponents. Very, very important in there for Chelsea, or when they go ahead to go and play inside the number one Yami Adama or China. The St. James's Park now. I think that these is all the updates that you need to hear or have on Fiifi Manfred on YouTube, on Chelsea big gamer, on the Newcastle level when you're on China. As you Fiifi Manfred on YouTube, so subscribe to the channel now. Subscribe to the channel now. Turn your notification. In the notification turn, do choose all and share link. I'm sure we'll be back. I'm here. Bye bye.